if I wasn't clear before, there is a uh androgynous individual known as Jabez, who is currently standing there with towels, kind of looking at you, wondering like, "Oh, what do these four weirdos want?" Because they're just standing here awkwardly in my bathhouse.
I don't know, what do we want?
Yeah, Jabez is just kind of like, "Do you want something?"
Um, I think we might have come to the wrong place. I'm sorry to bother you.
Um,
Uh, didn't the lady say it was in the bathhouse here?
Winking furiously.
oh, um, well, it's no trouble. I mean, it's no wrong place that is a bathhouse. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's probably one of the most favored locations in all of Baldur's Gate.
I was actually looking for a place to buy a rug.
A rug. The wide would probably be the best place to buy a rug.
See, now that's what I was given the directions for. And somehow I seem to have wound up here. I guess I turned left when I should have turned right.
Jabez slowly raises an eyebrow and kind of leans in and says, "You were buying a rug. Well, your intentions were to buy a rug. So you come to a bathhouse?"
I I got I lost my way.
Oh,
I'm sorry for the confusion now.
oh, it's no problem. You must be new to Baldur's Gate. I take it. I imagine it's a little confusing, but you'll get the hang of it.
We'll be going now. Thank you
Oh,
very much.
oh, I hope to see you guys if your intentions are to come to the bathhouse.
If
I'll be
I
finding the rug you're looking for.
I'm sure I will. Now, just to be clear, I go left when I come out of here. Is that right?
Uh, ye, actually, no. When you enter out those doors, Jabez puts down the towels and kind of comes over to the door. You exit this door here and make a right. You can follow the lovely stone path and the fountains, and it'll lead you right back out to the entrance.
Yeah, but which way for the rug? I mean, like when I come out of the compound.
Oh, you mean to the wide?
Yeah,
It's literally like a huge market. You literally can't miss it. Like it's
I
right before
already
it's
did.
oh. Well, if it makes things easier for you, the wide is on the other side of the gate. You know, to the upper city, you got to pass through the gate.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
No problem. To make things easier on you, since you do seem like you're new, the easiest gate to pass through to get the fastest way to the wide is you can either take the the heap gate, or you can take Boulder's Gate. That's the biggest gate that goes to the upper city.
I'm sure I'll find it. Now, thank you for your assistance.
No problem. Have a great day. And he sort of hears another guest call him, to which he hurries off.
Bye now.
Bye.
Like waving motion for everybody to come to, like frantically.
Is there like a changing room here?
There is. We'll just say there is because there's not one built in on this map.
Uh, Nevi's gonna go to the changing room.
So Nevi's deciding to stay at the bathhouse.
Yeah, I'm good. I was told to come here, so I'm gonna try to see if I can. Cause what did she specifically say about the bathhouse?
There's
Um,
a secret entrance to underground tunnels or the such.
yeah, underneath the bathhouse.
hmm That's why Bliss wants to leave. He's come to the realization that if there are secret tunnels, we're not going to be able to access them with all these people around. We're probably better waiting till it's closed and break in.
Yeah, I don't
Not that
feel
you'd know
like
that, because that's just what he's thinking.
So Nevi's deciding to change and stay, and I'll get to you in just a second, Kazuko. But Kinsey and Keegan, what are you guys up to or wanting to do right now?
So, what kind of rug are you planning on picking up?
I don't actually want a rug.
Oh, no rug?
I mean, like, if I really wanted a rug, I guess something with a nice swirly pattern, in a deep, like, rich green with gold. And, yeah, tassels on the end.
Sounds nice. So, what's really on your mind then?
I was just thinking, like, we're not going to be able to find no secret tunnels or anything like that with all these common folk around. We're better off coming back after dark, wait for them to shut the door.
You don't think they have like a door with a code word, like
Well, it could be.
open such.
I mean, we could take a look around, but I'm just thinking there ain't no way they've got criminals and murderers coming in and out. Like when there's so many just normal people just, sitting around naked in the bath.
They could have their own little back room,
Yeah, but
smoke-filled.
like I only seen one door to this place, and it's just here. Look, that means anybody coming in is coming in through this door. You see some big, muscle-bound moron carrying a meat cleaver covered in blood. You don't think that's going to stand out? They ain't doing this during the day.
We could wait a minute and see if we see any muscle-bound, blood-covered guys come through, but
Well, yeah, we could. Actually, that's not a bad idea. It's a good excuse to get those two naked. Have a bath.
yeah, that was my thoughts too. Yeah.
Okay. So which one do you want? The tall one or the squeaky one?
I'm just gonna take watch over here. A few steps away.
I was not the squeaky one.
Just for a just for a quick refresher for you, Keegan, the courtyard is filled with it's a neatly trimmed lawn with manicured shrubbery, and the yard is decorated with marble benches, like you'll see, the little squares. And then most of the fountains are filled with nymphs holding jugs, tipping the water into the basin below. And there's various flowering plants, and you might even see a fish or two.
I'm just gonna hop up and sit on the edge of the fountain and watch the bath. Watch people coming in and out.
It's at this point, for you, Kinsey, what is it that you were doing in the midst of while Keegan and Bliss were having a conversation?
Well, while that was going on, she was just trying to get a brief look around the place without being too rude towards anyone.
Oh, okay. So before Jabez comes to you, Nevatari, Jabez kind of smiles and then holds out a towel to you, Kinsey, and they're like, "Were you wanting to partake in the bath?" They kind of look.
She smiles. I'm still deciding.
Yeah,
First time, huh?
I'm going to come up to Javez.
Yes. Oh, you're back. Did you find your rug?
Not yet. I thought, well, since I'm here, I might as well partake in a little bit of a downtime, So how about I pay you for two of us? Me and my good friend here.
Oh, you want a session for the baths, or were you wanting to pay for the masseuse services?
Well, let's take a bath for now and see how we feel after.
Okay, it's 5 copper pieces, and your inclusions include the scented soap, as well as a light refreshment. After which, when you finish the bath,
Light refreshment. That sounds mighty good. So,
hmm
1 silver then for the 2 of us. Is that right?
oh yes, yes.
Here you go. I'll give him 1 silver.
Oh, thank you. And then he says, he hands over the towels, and he says, "There's a changing room." He'll point to, well, there isn't really a changing room, but we'll just assume there is. He'll point over to the stalls and say, "There's a changing rooms over there. You can have the towels and/or the robe of your choice."
Okay, so
And I'll
as
be
as
right
T
back.
turns back from pointing out the changing room, he will spy me like half undressed, and I'll be like,
Oh, well, this is embarrassing. Well, in for a silver, in for a gold, and I'll just get completely undressed.
Oh, okay. And
Wow.
Jabez kind of looks a little bit flustered for a second, but then quickly runs over and grabs a basket and puts your garments in a basket, and is like, "You could put these in the lockers in the there's like little like wooden like hatches that have like a little lock that you can put with the key, and they're like, "Here you go." Like, so no one steals your things. Not saying that anybody would, but just some people have sticky fingers, and it is sort of public.
I
And it
get
is
you.
Baldur's Gate.
It is.
Yep. So, Kinsey, do you want to put your things in this basket with mine?
She kind of looks over. Do you think you'll be able to accommodate to someone like myself? And she kind
It's a
And
big
Jabez
bag.
goes, "Of course. The baths are huge. We have different sizes for ranging from all individuals of all types. Although I must say,
that's
this is the first time
awesome.
I've seen anybody who's of your nature. It is quite fascinating. I hope I apologize on behalf of my staff. You might get a few stares, but we do have a sense of decorum here."
Oh, no worries. I'm quite
But he'll
Hope you.
hand you some towels.
trying to keep her eyes.
Hmm
Yeah, trying to keep her eyes to herself. She'll graciously take the towels and head over to where the changing rooms are.
You want
All
a
right, and
hand
then
with the buttons?
I can manage myself. Thank.
Okay.
She's trying not to make eye contact.
I'll just wait here for you then, I guess.
let me grab another attendant. More than one. Da, da, da. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Health. Okay. Is at this point that another masseuse comes out of this door here. Let's see. Make sure I have the right. Here we go. Let's see. A female half elf. Her name is Cormilla. Comes out, and she was told by Jabez to go attend to you, Nevatari. They bring you your towels and holds out a platter and says refreshment, and it's like a water, but it seems to be garnished with like some sort of like different like flowering plants and like some sort of like tea, like loose tea leaves at the bottom, like some sort of like tonic water of some sort, and like a fruit.
Oh, thank you.
Were you wishing to partake in just the baths or the masseuse services?
Just a bath for now, please.
Okay. And then for you, Kazuka, it would have been 5 copper pieces.
Yay, I'm back down to an even amount.
All right. And then she sort of bows and says, "Enjoy the bath at your leisure," and then goes to attend off to something else.
Well, I guess by that time Kinsey's probably got changed and she'll have a towel wrapped around her chest, but aside from that, she'll have one loosely draped across her back.
forgot she was a little bit swift. It's a touch chilly out here. How deep's the water?
Typically most of the baths are between. I'm trying to think of what's like jacuzzi levels. What is that like 3 feet?
3.5 feet usually.
Yeah, 3.5 feet. But there's like various size benches inside the pools for people who need different heights. You know.
I think like the deep part in it would be like 3.5 feet, and then you like have the benches that are like half that.
Yeah, so that way people can sit. But they did make different benches so that way for different individuals. Like some that who are small, they have like benches that aren't too low.
Yeah, I'll aim for the middle then, and I'm going to cannonball.
Wow, rude.
Do you want to make an acrobatics check for that? Because it's a 3 foot pool in hopes that you don't hurt yourself.
That's a 15.
Yeah, you land pretty decently, but you do feel like as you hit the water, like you realize how shallow. Well, it's not necessarily shallow, but you realize that this is not as deep as you anticipated. And you're like, oh,
That's okay. I've always wanted to cannonball, so.
Yeah,
Come
Nivitari's
on.
just gonna like step carefully into it, not trying to splash at all.
Oh, you're going in the other bath. I see.
Yeah, I was already up here.
yeah. They already went inside and picked a bath and paid, and just like, oh, I'm gonna go get in this one.
I'll hold a. I'll come out of the water again, like back into the breathing area, and hold a hand up to Kinsey to help her in.
Oh, she'll gladly take it, slowly making her way into the water, trying her best not to slip. But she'll kind of look at him. We're in a public setting. Have some class. Come on.
Life's for living. Let your hair down. What does it matter? You think you'll see these folks again?
That's a fair point. But
I guess to hear you guys.
Now come on. I'll scrub your back for you.
I'm quite alright. I can manage.
Now there ain't no way you can reach all the way down there.
And how do you think I've managed on my own for so long?
I presumed you got somebody to do it for you. I mean, okay, touch your tail. I want to see this.
Honestly. She kind of debates it for a second, and I mean,
I
you
know.
learn to be quite flexible when you're like this.
Flexibility is always, in my opinion, a mighty fine thing to have.
Oh, come on now. Behave.
Again, have some fun. Let your hair down. You have no worries from me. I made a solemn oath to never try to infatuate somebody more attractive than myself.
Oh, wow. She'll kind of raise an eyebrow slightly.
it's at this point for you, Keegan, while everybody's inside the baths, you'll see um, two other attendants sort of come outside the door and sit over at the other bench. And they seem to be kind of whispering in hushed tones with each other. It would be a male masseuse. It's a human with braided blonde hair, and a female masseuse who is a human female with red hair that's tied up in a bun. And they're still sort of whispering to each other. Not really being secretive, but just trying to be quiet.
Gotcha. If I have my owl fly a little close, could I listen in?
Yes, I'm trying to think, would your owl need to make like a stealth or anything? Are you trying to be sneaky, or are you just kind of letting him go off?
I mean, he's an owl, yeah. I'm just gonna have him go fly out like a bush or a branch or something.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
It's an owl in the middle of the day.
Owls exist in
Yeah.
LA too. They're not.
They do.
They don't. They don't like cease existing
Only
at sunup
at
and then
night.
pop into
Yeah.
existence at night.
They're not vampires.
Or bats. I mean, even bats exist in the daytime.
I mean, we're just so you know, we're drifting into flat Earth territory now. Be careful.
So, I'm trying to remember what his stealth and stuff was. His perception. So his perception is a +3. So you can go ahead and do what you do. And they're going ahead and they're whispering, and one of them makes a comment and says, "I really hope he's not coming today. I really don't like dealing with him." And then the male says, and then the woman with the red hair comments, and she's like, "He's always so mean, and he always looks like he's grimacing all the time. I'm honestly afraid he's gonna hit me if I even say something to him." She comments.
So, Kinsey,
They're going to gently poke her.
Kinsey?
Yes?
Oh, right. I thought you had gone to sleep or something. I know you don't want me to scrub your back, but is there any chance you could get mine?
Fine, I'll give you. Are they kind of like sponge vicinity?
Soap and hands.
Oh. There isn't necessarily a sponge per se, but it's like there's like the you kind of see on the edge of the bath, there's like a nice little dry, like some sort of like raise on the edge that kind of has like various towels, like small hand towels and whatnot.
So flannels.
Yeah, like little flannels.
Cool.
She'll kind of try and swim over there and grab a couple.
Okay. Just for time's sake, it's probably been about, I don't know, like 30 minutes? So it's about 11 now. And while they're doing that, Keegan, you're out. Burchard hears more of a conversation a little more as they kind of speak back up. And the woman with the red hair said a comment
You know,
that
you've got your own hands.
the gentleman that, well, there's a name that she mentions, and she says, "Honestly, I just get so tired of dealing with him. I mean, I know he's like a benefactor to the, to the location, but I really don't like dealing with him. I mean, I know the vampires own this place, but do they have to be so mean about it?" I mean, hardly ever even see them half the time, but whenever they do come, they always have to send let me see. They always have to send Mortlock, and he's always so scary. He even intimidates the guests sometimes. It really ruins the atmosphere, you know?
What was that name they said? The vampires?
Mm-hmm. And
Could
I'll
you
copy
type that into chat for us? So,
that
because
I can.
I've got my head's telling me it doesn't say vampire with a Y. It says something else.
Well, it's
'Cause
hold
that's
on,
a
let me
bit
go back
too
up because
obvious.
their
Bad guy.
their actual name is Van Thampier, is how you say it.
There we go. I had a sneaky suspicion it wouldn't be as simple as vampire, because that's just
Yeah.
these are obviously the bad guys. Why?
Yeah.
Because their name is
Van
vampire.
Thampier, or it's actually, but the U is said like a E, so it's Van Thampier.
Okay.
Turns out Strahd is actually here after all.
Oh no! Not again!
He
And
took a vacation from Barovia.
Yeah, to a
And,
bathhouse, because that's the obvious place to go.
I mean,
And for
wouldn't
you-
you if you were him?
so for you, Keegan, that name obviously being an actual resident of Baldur's Gate, that name would have not come as a surprise to you. Vampire, well, then Vampire is the name of one of the dukes on the Council of Four, specifically Duchess then Vampire, Thalarma Vampire, yes, Thalarma Vampire is the current one of the reigning council members.
So we got a hot shot.
Oh shoot, I totally forgot. Let me grab something for you because you have control over this, but I totally forgot to give it to you.
Is it an owl token?
It is.
Is it a little tiny owl token?
It is.
Oh, you got a little
Oh,
tiny
that's
owl token.
adorable.
I can't see it.
There you go.
I
There
also
you go.
can't see it from here.
Go ahead and test it out. Make sure you can move it. There you go. So it's about this time that for you guys inside, Jabez kind of comes over and brings over a silver platter with like two of the same glasses that you may have saw Nevertari currently had with the same, and then he kind of kneels down and says, "Oh, well, they're more androgynous, but you can kind of tell it's more a little bit on the masculine side." And there's like a refreshment. It's our current month's seasonal water, seasonal tonic that we have made for this season.
Oh, that sounds delightful. And Kinsey, would you like some of this fine beverage?
Oh, glad it sounds very.
Then make that two, please.
And then he kind of has two glasses. Well, there's like four on the platter. He kind of hands over two.
Thank you very kindly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass one to Kinsey.
So, you got mine. You sure you wouldn't like me to get yours?
Oh, I can manage.
It's
I
no
just need
problem.
to say to
I promise I would never dream of doing something that I should not do with a fine lady such as yourself.
we'll kind of dip her head forward from it. If you insist.
Big old grin appears on his face.
Well, here we go then.
He's going to go to town scrubbing your back down. And like, you've got a really big back, right? It like runs from your neck to your tail, right?
Yep.
Yep. He's going to have a long time, I guess, like washing you down. Spending an awful lot of time on the spot where it goes from skin to fur.
is at this point for you, Nevertari, what are you currently doing right now? You just kind of enjoying the bath still?
Kind of enjoying the bath. After being in for a while, to kind of step out, kind of sit on the edge for a little bit, and try to, without raising too much attention, try to keep an eye out for anything like that might stand out, like maybe a tile that's like slightly out of place on the floor, something on the wall that might be slightly off color that might indicate like a secret passage.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
There it is.
13. No, but from let me just see what your view is so I know exactly what you can see currently. So there isn't like it's like there's a window here and it like the room is like cast in different lights because there's like gleaming sunlight that comes in because the windows are stained glass, so they have like reflections of like reds and blues and like yellows on the tiles. However, from your vision with a 13, you do notice that Chavez and let me see, Chavez and I'm trying to see what her name is, Carmilla are sort of whispering, and then they sort of slowly enter into this door you see here.
This door here.
Yes.
Is there a bench over by that door?
There is a bench. There's a bench here that has some towels on it, and there's also the bath that's right in front of that door.
I'm just gonna casually make my way over to this pool in the middle and just kind of like lean back like I'm relaxing on the edge, but kind of like towards the door so I can try to hear anything on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like leaning back, lounging.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then to finish wrapping up the conversation outside, for you, Keegan, the man with the the braided blonde hair sort of comments and says, "You know, he was here today. I mean, I saw him come in, but I don't remember seeing him leave." And then the woman says, "Well, I mean, I don't blame you. I don't try to keep my eyes on him too often. He's, like I said, he's just so scary looking, and just it's always lumbering all the time. It's like just." It's just not a good time. But yeah, I don't ever remember seeing him leave. I do remember seeing him this morning, but I don't ever remember seeing him leave. To which they sort of finish their conversation and go on back inside.
Oh, that owl's adorable. I can see it now. Totally not hidden secret motive to want to see the little owl.
See the little owl inside.
See, I passed it off like I was trying to get information, but in actuality, I wanted to see the owl. My plan is coming together.
Alright, I have him come back to my shoulder, and I'm gonna make my way back inside.
Mm-hmm. And then as you come inside, the gentleman with the blonde hair goes, "Oh, I happened to catch you outside, feeling a little apprehensive about coming in."
You know, I usually don't do these kinds of things, you know?
It's understandable.
Don't want to get all the ladies excited with my chiseled abs, you know?
He sort of chuckles and says, "Believe you me, I understand. I guess in case you did want to partake in the services, there's the bath, and it's 5 copper, to which you have the towel, and they offer you like the flannels and the soap, and they also offer you a refreshment, the typical tonic water, if you're interested."
I might take you up on that in a moment. You have anything else in the meantime? Any refreshments or snack?
Not necessarily. Well, I mean, we do have snacks. There's like the occasional fruit if we're lucky to get it in, because it's a little hard to come by fruit right now. You know, with the sanctions on the wall and stuff. I mean, on the
Always
gates and whatnot. But I can still get you that tonic water. If you just want the water, I can give it to you for like a copper. It's no big deal.
sure, I'll take you up on that.
All right, go and fetch He'll go run off and go fetch you a glass. The time.
Would you like to give your hooves a little bit of a shine?
Like how Bliss
I
isn't even
appreciate
caring
it.
about the mission anymore.
Yeah. Just enjoying the spa day instead.
See what you're.
You said, I
Have-
appreciate it. As you say that, he disappears under the water. The hooves are at the bottom. I
Double
mean,
back.
I can't wash your hooves and be above. Can't physically need to be with the hooves which are under the water right now.
In a kind of startled moment, she tries to reach down and grab him to pull him back out of the water.
From your vantage point, Keegan, you can see all of this, and you're just kind of like you kind of see where your party members are, and you kind of be able to, you could probably see everything from where you are.
I can also see everything from my vantage point.
Hmm.
I'm going to momentarily regret my choice of new companions and make my way towards Nevatari.
Nevatar is just kind of internally eye roll as well. It's like, and I thought I was the youngest here.
I'm gonna sit down on the outside steps here with my drink and lean back and kind of say in a low voice to Nevitari, I think the person we might be interested in seeking is still here somewhere, maybe in the back.
I saw two of them enter that back room behind me. I'm trying to see if they're going to say anything.
Seems like a promising lead, but how do we get back there?
Maybe we have... are you any good at sneaking?
You could say that.
If you're really quiet about it, we could wait until they leave the room and you could try to slip in real quick.
Hmm.
Does it seem like that's an employee's room, or is that like a room for a guest?
As noted, with your perception check and looking at your passive, because I know you're still actively looking around, that door there from the there's a little placard on the door and it says massage room, and to which you kind of ascertain that that must be an average room that they can bring guests into. So anybody can come in and out of there, but I imagine you would probably need to be escorted due to the nature of the room. I'm not open everybody's character, so I know what everybody's passive perceptions are.
I think we all have them down the bottom there.
Oh, there we go. I just like having the notes, but that works too. So, currently you.
Keegan,
Go
I'm
ahead.
assuming that's AC passive perception order.
Yeah, I just did it the same as everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yes.
assuming it was.
Yeah, so it's about right. So, I'm trying to hold on a second. Gotta do something.
Hey,
Okay,
Keegan. Bliss got tankier.
he did. It's at this point you'll see Cormilla come out of the room and quickly pass over and make her way across, the bathhouse before entering into another door that you'll see across the way.
I think there's only one person in there now. Well, maybe there might be more. I just know there's at least two that went back there.
I got an idea if I need to get rid of another employee, but I need a game plan for how to approach the situation once I'm in there.
Not really sure how to find a secret passage though, with all these people around.
Bliss and Kinsey, go ahead and roll me d20s. Actually, no, roll me d10s.
Oops, that was the wrong button. Sorry.
Yeah, being in the water this long, you guys would wait, let's see. Bliss is a 5. Yeah, it's about this point you guys are feeling pretty pruny. You're like, yeah, I've been in here for a while.
Yeah, that's why Nevitar is kind of getting out and just kind of dangling her feet in now. Doesn't want to get too pruny. Bad for your skin, you know.
Well, I guess I will climb out then. And then turn around and hold a hand down towards Kinsey.
So kind of, before getting out, she'll just step back and stretch a couple of times. She'll take his hand and climb out.
About this time, it'll be about noon-ish.
Well, as lovely as that was, we do have a task at hand. We should.
Although, I'll be honest, I want to look into the massage. What do you think? Get us into those back rooms, maybe.
Possibly another time. Like I said, we do have a job to do, and it's probably best we get that done and out of the way.
Maybe. Javez.
Mm-hmm.
Find
He
a young
kind of
lady
turns
to
around.
massage my back, please.
Oh, of course. I'll go fetch Camilla, he says, and goes and gets her. And then on the way out, Camilla is holding some towels, and she sort of holds them out for both you, Bliss, and Kinsey.
Thank you. She'll wrap them around herself.
I'm just going to dry myself off with the towel and then just drop it on the floor.
She sort of gives you a glance, and then picks it up and then drops it in one of the nearby baskets that are sort of labeled, like ones that are clean and the other ones that are like been used. And she sort of drops it in the basket, and she kind of goes, "Right this way, sir." And
wow, Bliss is a butt.
oops, this is Control Z.
Which way is she leading me?
This way, over to this door.
Yeah, to
Okay.
this
The
one.
southern door. Okay.
Yes.
Kinsey will just shake her head and follow her.
As you pass Nevitar, she just kind of leans back and whispers to you, try to keep an eye on anything in there for any secrets.
Nod and wink.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I gotta get to the GM layer so I can open the door.
That'll be the lighting layer.
Yep. Closer. There we go. Now I can move this. All right, you can go on in. Now go ahead and shut the door. And so, new description. It is now bliss. You see, this room contains a massage table draped in clean towels and bottles of perfume that you can see stored underneath because the towels aren't so long that you can see it. Like there's various bottles, like glass bottles and whatnot underneath the table. Natural light enters through stained glass windows set in the south wall. To which Camilla looks and then sort of pats her hand on the table and says, "You can rest right here. I'll go ahead and get things set up."
Oh, before you do, is there any chance of one more of that fine sparkling drink that your colleague got for me?
Oh, sure. I can go get you one. I'll be right back.
Thank you kindly.
And she'll go ahead.
Second she's out the door, I want to investigate this room.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
18. That's pretty good.
Surprisingly, it is good, but surprisingly, no, there's nothing in this room. Like you're checking every nook and cranny, and you see them. Your friends can see that Camilla has walked like across the bathhouse and is in the other room. And with you having enough time, you're able to search every nook and cranny. You check the table here that has like towels and stuff. There's nothing in here. The best you can find is like a loose copper that like fell under one of the tables. You're like, God damn it.
one copper.
Yeah, like a copper piece that fell under the table.
And I've got nowhere to hide it because I'm butt naked. Oh no! I'm gonna have to put that one copper in my prison wallet, aren't I? What the hell? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Put it in your coin slot.
I am leaving the copper piece. Where the copper piece was found. In fact, no. I'm gonna pick it up and put it on top of the counter so that they can have it.
Okay.
And then
that raises the question: where did the other person keep that copper piece?
Ooh. And more to the point, what were they using money for in this room? Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I don't want to.
Too late. You already put that image in our head. Thank you.
That's okay. It's going to get worse.
Go back.
Just saying, it's going to get worse.
It's at this point, Camilla kind of nods and looks at all of you and says, like, enjoy your time, and then goes back inside.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Did you have any preferences on the massage oils, any allergies or anything? We do have to be careful about these things. She sort of raises her hands.
Don't believe I have any allergies. For preferences, my shoulders sometimes get a bit sore, and is there an extra charge for a happy ending?
She sort of looks at you, gives you a grimace, and says, "No, I don't offer that here. However, if that is what you're interested in, I do know of a place that could be what it is you're looking for."
Chances are I already know it. I was hoping to maybe sample some new, fine merchandise. But it's okay. I'm sorry I had no desire to cause offense.
She kind of looks at you for a second. Hold on, I'm trying to find the location. Not that one. Not that. Hold on. I do have a location for you for this. Hold on. She goes, "Oh, you must be a constant visitor at the Hissing Stones." Not surprising.
I've been there once or twice, you might say. In the House of Cyrus.
She kind of looks for a second, and she her face really twists up, and she says, "Huh, so you go there too, huh? You just really like to go all over the city, don't you?"
You could say I'm a connoisseur. Are you sure now, lady? It's not everybody can say no to 5 gold pieces.
She sort of shakes her head. Thanks, but no thanks. We have a strict decorum we have to follow here. We're not allowed to do anything like that, lest I get in trouble, she sort of comments.
Well, perhaps outside of it. What time do you get off?
She sort of smiles and kind of leans and says, no, I'm okay. Do you want me to get your shoulders, though?
Oh, that would be delightful if you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd we have to send that one in?
So while he's enjoying his massage, what are you three up to?
Well, I haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary out here. What do you guys think?
Well, I overheard a couple of the workers talking about pretty unpleasant guests. I picked up a name too of the vampires. I recognize that one pretty quickly. There are a couple of hot shots here in town.
Yeah, aren't they one of those big hotshot noble types that runs the city?
Mm-hmm. Regular old Duchess, if I remember right. Kind of makes me worried what we're getting ourselves into here.
Oh, for just because I don't remember if I told you, the other name that they mentioned was this one for you, Keegan.
Mortlock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he was a Van Thampere, right? So it's Mortlock
Yes.
Van Thampere.
Yep.
Did he say he was a son?
They did not mention that.
I thought you mentioned that. I don't know.
No. I
Okay.
just said that he's a worker. I mean, in context, yes, he's a son. He's more than vampire, but they didn't mention the workers who Keegan was listening to did not mention specifically Duchess than vampire. They only mentioned Mortlock than vampire. To which he kind of pieced together that,
Yeah, he
Dutch-
pieced together Duchess Van Thampere because he knows Van Thampere is one of the noble houses.
So yeah, it might be wise to tread with care while we're here.
So at this point,
It's
Chavez
pretty
kind of.
pretty dangerous getting involved with powerful nobles like that. We probably should be careful.
Oh, I know how to deal with them. All you need to give them is flattery. That's all they want. Feeling of self-importance.
It's at this point, Nevatari, with your passive, you do see that Chavez has left the other room and is currently tending to something at one of the other baths. Looks like he's draining the water in one and starting to refill one of the other larger baths.
Did one of us want to check out that room over there?
Well, if our other companion hasn't had much luck, I'm not sure if I want to find out. Wouldn't hurt to do a little bit of searching of our own.
And then we could probably meet up later, and one of us could probably say if we found something.
Yes, we might have more luck finding what we're looking for when there are less pairs about.
If there is no secret entrance in here, maybe it's around the outside wall. Because there was that courtyard out there that we walked through.
I'll tell you what, I'll go check that door if you guys can make sure I don't get busted in.
I'm sure. Keep a lookout of sorts.
Not having a bath this week.
Yeah, I can help keep a lookout as well.
and preferably a distraction if
No,
necessary.
I just looked at the clock and realised she's normally had a bath by now.
I can have.
It's just a question.
Okay, I'll be back in a moment. I'm gonna give a glance over my shoulder and casually and totally not suspiciously begin carelessly wandering that way.
Okay.
And I'm going to check this door up here.
Go
I'm
ahead and
gonna-
make your investigation check.
And I'm gonna keep a lookout to make sure nobody's gonna follow him inside.
It's about this time when you gently, put your hand on the door. You notice that the door is not locked, Keegan, so you can go on inside.
Okay, I'm going to immediately begin checking around.
Out of curiosity, do you close the door? I just have to know.
Yeah, if I go in, if it was closed before, I would close it back.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and close it. All right. Now, what did you say once we close the door?
I'm going to immediately begin searching around for
All right.
anything.
Let me go ahead and give you the description. It's in this room. You notice that there is a desk, like a well, actually no, there isn't a desk. There's a massage. Sorry, I was reading the wrong section. North room. In this room contains a massage table draped in clean towels and bottles of perfume stored under the table that are used to scent the pools. As you can kind of discern that the room in this smell, and same for you, Bliss, that the room smells even more potent in the massage rooms than it does in the bath, meaning that they probably use the same oils in here for the baths out there.
Thank you, Cookie.
And with your investigation, because I know you're actively seeking, Keegan, you do notice that there's some sort of oddity along the north wall.
Okay, I'm going to swipe the most expensive looking perfume bottle, stick it in my bag.
You go ahead. Roll me a d6.
Did I get the Dolce & Gabbana?
You did get a pretty expensive one. It's like a nice like mixture of like lavender and other like really good scents. I bet Kinsey could probably help you identify what's in it. Probably a little later.
Oh yeah, I'm saving that one.
And it's worth about that oil is probably worth at least a good gold because that looks expensive.
And I'll check out whatever it is I found.
All right. It is at this time. Let me open it up. With your passive perception, because you did your investigation earlier, you do find that when you push your hand along the wall, that the wall actually swings inward. Just a little bit. Like if you push it harder, you can open it more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at this point that you are immediately met with the most foulest of stench when you open that door. You're like, oh God, like it actually is more overpowering than the perfumes in here on account of like, how is that possible? I just pushed on the wall. Like, oh, it smells so bad.
Ooh.
Ugh.
I pinched my owl's nose and my own nose.
Like his beak.
Yeah.
The heck did you open up?
Well, we found something.
It is at this point, Kinsey, Bliss, you're still vastly enjoying your massage. Surprisingly, Camilla is very good with her hands.
Yep,
Quote,
I'm going to
unquote.
roll over and explain that my thighs are also sore.
She rolls her eyes and says, I imagine. And for you, Kinsey and Nevatari, you see Jabez sort of finish with a guess and slowly start making their way over back to the northern room.
Do we know which room he was going to like get refreshments?
Yeah, this one. The one that Keegan is going in.
Oh.
Like he's starting to walk that way.
Well, how did we stop him?
Well, I think I can think of something. She quickly takes her soap and rubs it onto the underside of a couple of her hooves, and then just puts all her weight on it and slides over.
Oh no.
I'm trying to determine what role would this be. Would this be a deception or is this performance or acrobatics on how well you want to do this?
She's walking on hooves that are covered in soap. Surely that's acrobatics or fall.
Yeah, that's an acrobatics.
Yeah, probably acrobatics. That's probably definitely acrobatics.
Yeah, it's an acrobat. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check to see how well you do this.
So she's aiming for her direction, but she's purposefully going to fall as dramatically as possible.
Oh, then make a performance to add to the dramatics. So go ahead and make your acrobatics and then make your performance check to see how good you do this. Because this isn't a performance.
Oh my god. So she does a full somersault.
So this seemingly towering 6-foot centaur immediately puts her feet on the ground after soap on her hooves and immediately jettisons across the floor, nearly crashing into Jabez as everybody looks like, oh my goodness. He runs over, oh my gosh, are you okay? He goes, oh, towels, I have to go get towels. Oh, I'll be right back. He's in a flurry and he kind of runs over here. And Keegan and Bliss, you guys can hear the commotion outside. Camilla kind of looks and goes, what the hell was that? I'll be right back.
Keep your eyes on the business.
She sort of looks and she says, you don't have to be rude. I'm just going to peek my head out the door. I need to know what's going on. And she sort of stops for a second, peeks out, sees Kinsey splayed on the floor while Nebatari's kind of looking over. And poor Jabez is trying to desperately, help Kinsey but not be rude. And he's like, can I, do I have permission to help you out? He says.
Nebatari's just looking around with a panicked expression like, oh, are you okay? Oh, honey.
Get the lawyer.
Get the lawyer. Oh, I feel bad. I wish Parissa was here. She'd be like, I'm going to sue you for everything. Simple case.
Do we have anyone who would do that?
No, there's other guests in the bathhouse who are kind of onlooking, and they're like, oh my gosh, she fell. I'm like, oh no. Is she going to be okay? And Chavez is trying to be pad you down, Kinsey, and help you, Like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Like, oh my goodness, I need to talk to the owners about maybe working in some safety rails for the tubs. I told them that this was going to happen sooner or later, and we have to be more considerate to people's needs. Just, oh my gosh. And then Camilla kind of looks. She looks back at Bliss and she just kind of shuts the door. She's like, I'm not dealing with this right now. And she kind of goes back to what she's doing. Keegan, you can hear everything outside. And I guess to your knowledge, that's probably the distraction you wanted.
Yeah, I'm going to come down to the door and just crack it open and a gnome head just pokes out, looks around. Mm-hmm. And I kind of try to get someone's attention, Nevi or Kinsey.
Hold on a second. Let me fix the layer so you can kind of peek through the door. Let me fix this. No, go back. There you go. So you get a little sunlight, so you can kind of peek your head through the door and see what's going on. Out of curiosity, do you still leave the secret panel open, or have you closed it? Because it's still wafting in that awful scent. Just letting you know.
Well, I wasn't thinking about that. I just ran over.
Okay, good. So it's still open. Okay.
Still open, wafting that delightful aroma.
Oof, it's like straight up sewer. You're like, oh, that's nasty.
I'm gonna use message cantrip to say to Nevatari, I think I found something like a passage back here. Might want to bring your stuff and something to stuff your nose with. But I could use you guys real quick. Don't want to go in alone.
I'll send a quick message back to him.
Because...
Sure, I can be right over there.
Oh dear.
She sends that back to him telepathically.
Oh.
I'm going to close the door back just to be safe.
Okay.
She'll just kind of quietly and slowly back herself towards the north wall to try to slip in with Keegan.
Okay, just for clarification, you are currently in a robe, so you don't have any of your things because they're back in the little like changing room in the little cabinets. So you do not have any of your gear on you right now.
Hello. Sorry.
What was that message again, Keegan?
I said I found the passage. Grab your stuff. I might need some help. And bring some of the stuff your nose with.
Alright, so she's gonna go back to the changing room and kind of get her stuff.
Okay.
And bring Ginzy if you can.
So currently you're not dressed because I imagine getting dressed would probably take at least a good couple minutes. Are you just carting a basket full of your things to the room?
No, she's like wrapped in a towel, goes back to the changing room and goes to change in the changing room.
Okay, so it's like I'm timing this because it does take a minute, and Jabez is still dealing with Kinsey, and he's such an flutter. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Like, please don't tell my boss what happened. He'll be so mad if we find out that someone got hurt."
What's my range on this now? 2.
What were we saying, Bliss?
Oh, Bless is going to be asking lady he's with. So, what happened? Sounded big. Wasn't my friend, now, was it?
I'm guessing the centaur woman is your friend?
Right. He's just going to swing up off the table. Thank you for your service. It was subpar, to be honest, but you keep it up, you'll get there. And he's going to leave the room.
And she's going to hand you a new towel. Be careful, she kind of comments.
Already dry, and I'll hand it back.
Mm-hmm. And she kind of... Quick question, are you still naked, or are you just kind of
Very
enjoying?
much so. Very much so.
She hands the towel back insistently. You need to wear this, or you wear the robe. One or the other, she comments.
Now, why would I do that?
Because it's the rules.
Rules
Sir,
are there
just cover up, please.
Now, surely, in your working profession, you have seen more than my naked body.
Oh yes, but that doesn't mean that there still isn't a level of decorum when you're inside the bathhouse. So either put the robe on, or put the towel on, or put your clothes on and get out.
So
she glares.
I have to wear a towel. Is that right?
Yes.
Fine. I'm just going to put it over my shoulders.
She kind of, as you walk out, she slowly puts her hand on her face and says, "I don't get paid enough for this."
I feel your pain.
And you can go in and head out, Bliss, because the door's open.
Oh, Kinsey. What's happened?
She'd been kind of ragdolling on the floor up until this point, so probably anyone's attempt at lifting her up.
She's really playing up the performance. Chavez is like, "Oh my god, is your leg broken? Oh my god, no."
No, it better not be broken, because we all know what they do to horses when they get a broke leg. So let's not break her
I was
legs.
about to say it better not be broken, because we know what happens to horses who break their legs.
But Kinsey, you're absolutely fine. You do your acrobatics and your performance. You know how to play it up and make it seem like you're injured.
Would you like me
the pain.
It's almost like you've done this before.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kneel down beside her and hold her hand out. Would you care for a little help, my lady?
Yes, I seem to have fallen.
Oh,
And she's kind of placing her hand on her head and being as dramatic as she possibly can. Trying to
Look
keep
at it.
everyone's attention on her at the minute.
Turn to Gervais and be like,
this is a terrible mishap. I hope you have got something in place to compensate my fine friend here.
I'm going to slowly
course,
try and
I-
get her to her feet.
Of course, I can offer you I can offer your lovely friend free services at the bathhouse, no charge. I can't have this happen right now. And Nevatara, you are able to eat, getting dressed and having enough time. You could easily slip into the other room
Right.
while
So
everyone's focusing on.
Gonna walk past Rome, catch sight of Bliss, and send him a message, and also spending an action so he can respond back. Keegan found a secret entrance in this room back up here. I think he might need some help. Wait, let me check the range on that. Yep. So yeah, you get that. You get like a voice in your head, Bliss, that says that.
Holy shit!
No. Okay. Don't mind me.
And then quietly backstepping into the room, and immediately hits that foul-smelling wall.
Yeah, you shut the door, and then you're just like.
Yep. See, told you, nose plugs would be helpful. Oh, I'm also going to, like, when she comes in, have crack the door back open just a little, just enough to see Kinsey through it, and send her a message saying, might I suggest a massage in the north room? You know, to get the pain of that fall back out. Don't worry, I'll pay for it.
Kinsey?
She's probably getting up, slowly putting on a bit of a shake as she steadies herself.
Are you completely Southern belling it? Like, oh, I have the vapors. Like, oh no, like I'm just so delicate and gentle.
Miss Kinsey?
Yes?
Might I trouble you for your key?
I need to check something on tinkering.
So just for clarification, just so I have everything, Keegan, you told Kinsey, you used a message and told her to request a massage in the northern room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just so you're aware, Les, that he told you that request a massage in the north room.
Yep.
Right, so kind of tinkling a little bit with the sleeve of her clothes. She's going to use the tinkering to kind of make her clothes kind of have a pleasant scent, like maybe like lavender or something, and just like hold it up to her face.
Okay, so essentially you have scented clothes.
Yep, there's like a scent packet basically in her sleeve right now that's making her clothes smell good.
Okay.
To try to help with the foulness. And just like holding up her sleeve to her face.
And so currently Jabez is still dealing with Kinsey and Bliss, and he's like, by all means, I'll have you on the list to have anytime you want to come here, and I'll make sure I have a personal pool ready just for you, and we'll have plenty of towels so you don't slip. I think I can probably get someone to whip you up some special shoes to put on. He realized what he said. Not like that. Just some special covers.
Centaur bath booties.
Yeah, some little slippers for your feet to help with the situation. Oh, I am in so much trouble. I'm gonna get fired. He's like, I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna get fired.
It's alright if I could just trouble you for one moment. Do you mind if I could borrow a room of some sort? I just need to, check myself over to see if I've done any, extensive injury. Do you mind if I borrow a room in private where I can just, clean myself up and...
Oh, by all means. I think there's a he's in a bit of a flurry and still thinks there's someone in the southern room. So he's like, I can open up the northern room for you. Let me go check it out. And he's kind of hurrying over to the northern door.
Oh wait, no, it's fine.
Keegan, are you going into the secret door?
Yeah, so what I was going to do is say that we should probably hide in the room and pull it closed or hide behind the door.
Yeah, she'll duck in behind you.
So you guys are going in. So go ahead and head on in.
And close it behind us.
Yes.
Would you like me to fetch your things for you, Kinsey?
Yes, I'd appreciate that.
Then I will do just that. I'll come bring you your things to your room, right?
Yes, I'll slowly make my way over, and she'll kind of walk over, feigning a bit of a limp.
While that's happening, Bliss is going to go and collect his basket and Kinsey's various garments.
Okay. So go ahead and you Keegan and Nevatara, you guys can enter because the secret entrance is open, so you guys can go ahead and enter into the hall, and I'll go ahead and shut the secret room. And for you guys, because this is a whole nother description now that you've entered this room, this room is a foul-smelling sewer, has a foul-smelling sewer-like stench that greets anybody who opens it. There's a staircase. If you turn here, there is a staircase that descends 20 feet down into, like, it should be like there's a little bit of light and there's darkness, featuring smooth stone steps and brick walls, and there's two sputtering torches in the wall sconces that illuminate the staircase, but the following further down below it's just utter darkness. So Keegan, you can probably see a little bit, but Nevatari, it's just utter darkness down there.
Kind of like looks down and sees, do we have to go down there?
Oh, yes, ma'am, we do.
It's at this point, go ahead, continue your conversation. I'm just getting things set up.
But it's dark down there.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure our red-skinned friend will be happy to lead the way. Scout for any traps with his feet and whatnot. You do have some light magic, don't you? Pretty elementary.
Just kind of quietly shakes her head.
Oh,
Like just like frantic back and forth, like.
That is a problem.
Is at this point, Les, you could have entered in the northern room. And is it open? Sorry, hold on, let me yeah, it's open. You can go ahead on in. And it's at this point, Jabez is looking at Bliss, and he's like, is she going to be all right? I just feel so awful that she hurt herself.
Well, you probably should feel pretty awful. I mean, why didn't you put a handrail in?
I don't know. I
why?
told them that.
Why would you offer a masseuse service but deny a happy ending? What kind of establishment is this?
And Chavez was like, wait, what? who offered you what? Oh, and then Chavez kind of puts his hand over his face and it's like, he's like, I'm gonna faint. I can't deal with this. Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure I'll be recommending your services to my friends.
Oh, please don't do that. We can't. Oh, I could offer you.
I'm just
I
going to
could offer
shut the
you.
door mid-conversation.
He's got like in a why, like, oh
Like, I am leaving a bad Yelp review.
no, I'm leaving a such a review in the Yelp parchment. You believe you me? I'm going to tell people about this. Then Chavez is kind of just crouching beside one of the pools with his head in his hands, like, oh no. Is at this point that the door is locked. Oh wait, the door's closed, but there isn't a lock. But there is a lock, but it's not currently locked.
Click.
So we went ahead and locked the door. Okay. Is at this point now, Kinsey, that Bliss has your basket of your garments and your gear and whatnot.
She'll head over to him. As he walks in, he'll probably notice that she's just stood there, no sign of any injury whatsoever.
I'm mighty impressed.
Why, thank you. And she'll go over and kind of take her stuff and start putting it back on.
And I gotta say, that falling over routine was pretty good, too.
Well, the situation called for a distraction, so...
You are certainly a distraction.
It's at this point, Keegan and Nevatara, you can hear your friends in the room.
I'm just gonna push the wall open.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, over
And
here.
as soon as you do that, Bliss and Kinsey, you are met with the same foul stench that your comrades were met with.
Hand is still, arm is still placed over her face.
Oh, that's ghastly. What is that?
I do believe it's feces and urine.
Well, we haven't gone down the stairs to check it out, but you might be right.
Quite
Must be
delightful.
some reason there's a wall here.
You know, there's parts in the city that smell like that. And he's got to get dressed again now.
It's about this time with all your shenanigans. It'll be about 1:30.
It's also really dark down there.
So get yourself a torch. You'll be okay.
I could bring along a nice scented candle.
If you make an investigation check, I'm sure you could find a nice scented candle in the in the masseuse room.
Oh, she'd definitely be looking for one.
Go ahead and make make an investigation.
I'm going to have a look for one too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Kinsey, you were able to find one easily enough, and you're even able to find one of a scent you like. You're like, oh, neat, you know, like, oh, this one smells like whatever scent you seem to preference these days.
So it smells
Oh,
of bliss.
lovely.
Awesome.
You say it was poppy.
So we're all getting high then. Awesome.
Well, I didn't hear what Les said, what scent it was.
Well, one of her favourite scents is lavender.
Oh, so you found it easily, lavender. Easily you find like a deep, dark purple candle that's like, oh, lavender. Like, oh, this is well made. You guys go ahead and enter into the room, and then are you going to shut the door behind you? The secret panel?
Try and carefully squeeze through.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tight fit, but you can easily get in. And the ceilings and the walls are tall enough, and you'll be just fine. Let me go ahead and swap over to the object layer so I can see what you guys can see. Okay. And then once you guys get to the bottom of the stairs, I'll transfer you to the new map.
Oh, also, after stepping into the room, she's gonna sever the mind connection with Bliss.
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
I want you talking to me more than I have to.
Oh, he doesn't understand how that works. He was freaked out by this weird voice in his head. Didn't know what to make of that. That's why he didn't reply to me.
As they start to descend the stairs, though, Nevatari's gonna like have a hand on just the edge of Kinsley's clothes.
Okay. Go ahead and move your token over here, Keegan, so I can go ahead and drag them all over. Alright. I'll make sure I get Bertrade and Nevatari, Kinsley, and Bliss. Copy those. Alright. I'll put you guys on the new map. Now I got some new music for you.
Yay.
The map will hurry up and load up. And then I will read you your new description. Let me get you guys on the stairs. 1. Zooming closer, fix this. Bertrude is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let me get the get you guys on the map, but don't move your situation. Let's see. Move over. There it goes. Where's the token? How do you do this, Rich, where you hold on? There it goes. I'll hold it still. Because it's not allowing me to move you guys over. Okay, hold on. I gotta
Just grab the
cancel
banner that says
Okay.
players. Just grab that red banner, drag it over. That's it.
Yeah, it's having a hard time with me. So I gotta put you guys on random maps for a second until I can get it over there.
Another one is to move the maps so that they're next to each other, so that you don't have to move them very far.
Yeah, I might have to reorganize sometimes. There we go. No! There we go. There we go.
Oh my god.
Alright, let me change the music. Don't need this anymore. New ambiance music. Go ahead
My
and...
map didn't change. Did anybody else's?
My map didn't
No,
change.
mine did.
But I dragged you guys over.
Did you drag the players banner over?
I did!
That's bizarre, because my map's not changed.
Let me press stop on this. Dun, 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 dun. I think because you guys are still on the... Because I put your tokens on the... There we go. Now I can fix it. Now you all can
There we
see.
go.
There we go.
Adjust your music settings because it was a little loud for me when I pressed play. Adjust this.
Ooh, that water looks dirty. I've just had a bath.
Well, Kinsey doesn't have dark vision, so she can't see anything.
I'm also
It's okay.
gonna light up your little candle.
It's okay.
Yeah, she'll
Nevatari
probably-
also doesn't have vision, so she's also she can't see anything, and she's also freaking out.
Kinsey will kind of fumble around to try and light the candle.
Can you see now? Oh,
She's kind of
I'm pressing my torch button, Rich, but it's not lighting up a torch for
Have you
for
got,
Nevatari and Kinsey.
have you got their tokens selected when you press it?
Yep.
actually Nevatari's gonna fumble around with her book light.
Okay. Can you see now, Les?
Which
Oh, there you go. How about now?
Do this. No, Oh, wait. No. I can just
Okay,
see
how
my
about-
token. So,
All right. I'm gonna click it again. How about now?
I'll try refreshing my page just to be sure.
I'm highlighting them, and they do have the ability to see light, like you guys can. But for some reason, it might be no. She has sight.
For some reason, I still can't see.
I'm gonna fix it. Let's see. What's the dimensions for a candle?
Oh god, that's like 5 feet.
Yeah, that's what she's got until she lights a torch.
Yeah, but that would only light up her square. No further. It would only be the square that she's actually in at that moment in time.
Well, she'd probably realise that trying to light the candle using using produce flame might actually produce a better flame than the candle itself.
But your
There you go.
produced flame isn't scented.
Right, so a candle is 5 foot bright and 5 foot dim, so it would do the 5 feet around you, but as dim.
Here, I'm gonna reset because my little menu got messed up.
So it's the same dimensions as Nevatari's little book light.
Yeah, I have you guys set up for it. My little menu on the Roll20 got moved over, so I couldn't click on buttons to fix it.
Right, I can see now.
Yeah, you should be able to see, and I'm about to fix yours. Never sorry. But Keegan and Bliss, you guys should be able to see just fine, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and then some.
Yeah, because I fixed your guys' dark vision.
I've got the ridiculous dark vision, don't I?
And then Keegan, Bertrude should have like crazy dark vision because I set his dark vision settings.
What, is it as crazy as mine?
I believe so.
Yeah, same as yours.
Because like mine's 120 feet.
That
Can you
is
see?
awesome.
Can you see yours, Nevatari?
Yep. I see my space and then 5 feet in any direction.
Good.
And
All right,
she's
so let's go ahead and descend.
and then
into the
she's going to
menu.
be clinging closely to Kinsley.
Okay, so it is at this point the chamber at the bottom of the staircase is an empty, unlit, well, with the exception of what you guys have, flooded room with the foul-smelling water that seems to reach up to 2 feet for anybody. For a height reference, everybody knows what height's going on.
2 feet.
Yep, the water is 2 feet high. So for you, probably be around your ankles. Not 2 feet. 2 inches, sorry. It's 2 inches off the ground.
Oh, 2 inches. I was going to say 2 feet is way deeper than my ankles.
Yeah, that's really deep. It's 2 inches off the ground.
Unless you got some freaky long ankles that come all the way up to your hip.
If it's 2 feet, is our little gnome back there going to be okay?
Yeah, it's 2 inches, so it will be around his ankles too. Or maybe up to like the middle, like the start of his calf. All right, you guys can proceed forward now.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Ugh, it's cold, it's wet, and it smells.
I much prefer the bath upstairs.
Yeah, can we go back to the baths? I don't like being down here.
We have a job to do. So let's do it.
Do we have to?
Get out.
Do we have to? Maybe somebody else will come down here and do it.
Look, the sooner we check this place out, the sooner we can get it over with and get back out. So let's just pinch our nose and march on.
Kind of inhales a breath through his sleeve. Okay.
Real quick, does anybody need a restroom, water break, get a
Yes.
snack, hug your loved ones?
Yes, very much so.
All right, we can pause here for a
Coffee is
second.
all kinds of gone.
Yeah, we can pause for a second while you guys go ahead and get your
Beverage break.
drinks, your snack. Yep. Go ahead and
Okay.
get a break. We'll take about we'll do 5 minutes, and if
Yes.
anyone needs longer time, we'll extend it.
Okay, cookie.
Sounds good.